Hello everyone, Duane "Dog" Chapman, the larger-than-life star of the hit reality TV series Dog the Bounty Hunter, was once one of the most recognizable faces on television, with his long blonde hair, wraparound sunglasses, leather vests, and his fearless, no-nonsense approach to tracking down fugitives that made him both a household name and a cultural phenomenon. But what really happened to Duane Chapman after his years in the spotlight is a story far more complex, heartbreaking, and deeply human than most fans ever realized, because behind the dramatic arrests, high-stakes chases, and tough talk that defined his on-screen persona lies the tale of a man who has endured loss, controversy, financial struggles, health scares, and the kind of personal pain that could have broken him completely, yet also shows how he has fought to hold on to his faith, his family, and his purpose in a world that often seemed determined to strip all of that away. Chapman first captured America's attention in the early 2000s when his reality show gave viewers an unprecedented look into the gritty world of bounty hunting, blending thrilling law enforcement action with family drama as his wife Beth Chapman, his children, and his extended team worked alongside him. But what kept audiences hooked was not just the chases, but the way Duane often prayed with fugitives, offered them encouragement, and reminded them of the possibility of redemption, even as he cuffed them. A mixture of tough love and compassion that made him more than just a TV bounty hunter. It made him a symbol of second chances. However, fame came with a price, and the years following his peak success were marked by controversies, from leaked recordings that damaged his reputation to lawsuits, production battles, and public scrutiny that at times threatened to end his career completely. Yet each time he fought his way back, determined not to let one chapter define his legacy. Still, the greatest heartbreak of Duane's life came in 2019 when his beloved wife Beth lost her battle with throat cancer, and in one of the most emotional chapters of his journey, millions watched as he stood by her side through treatments, setbacks, and moments of fading hope, only to be left devastated when she passed away, leaving a void not only in the Chapman family, but also in the hearts of fans who had watched their love story unfold on screen. Duane admitted in interviews afterward that he felt broken, lost, and at times unsure if he even wanted to continue living, and he confessed to struggling with his own health issues, including lung complications and fears about his heart, adding another layer of fragility to the man who once seemed unstoppable. Financial troubles soon compounded his struggles as the reality TV empire that had once made him millions slowed down, forcing him to reinvent himself with spin-off shows like Dogs Most Wanted and Dog Unleashed, though not all of them reached the same success, leaving fans to wonder if the world had moved on from the bounty hunter who had once dominated television. Yet, even in the midst of grief and uncertainty, Duane Chapman's life took unexpected turns, from finding love again with Francie Frayne, a rancher who herself had lost her husband to cancer, to publicly sharing his spiritual journey, reminding fans that despite all he had endured, his faith remained the anchor holding him together. What really happened to Duane Chapman is not the story of a reality TV star who faded away, but rather of a man who has been forced to confront his own mortality, his own pain, and the reality that life after fame is not always glamorous. It is filled with battles against health, heartbreak, and the weight of public judgment. Today, he remains a polarizing but deeply fascinating figure, still chasing fugitives at times, still speaking about redemption and faith, still fighting to stay relevant in a world that has changed since his early fame. But perhaps most importantly, still serving as a reminder that behind the television cameras is a man who has known loss, who has struggled to keep going when the spotlight dimmed, and who ultimately shows that even bounty hunters can't outrun the realities of life. His legacy is not just about catching criminals, but about surviving the hardest hits life can deliver, and whether one admires him or criticizes him, There is no denying that the story of Duane Chapman is as raw, dramatic, and heartbreaking as anything ever captured on camera. Thanks for watching.